This is for the coffee and cab ride. I mean, you can get yourself home, right?
Yeah. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah. You learn not to pay any attention to me when I get all hinky like this.
But you're such a hard man to ignore, Mr. Manning.
Computer.
Hello? What's happening?
Closed hearing. No news.
Thanks for the update. My guess is things aren't going too well for Patrick Thornhart.
Maybe not.
No.
Marty just went flying in there with some guy I never saw before.
What's that all about?
Well, let's just say she didn't look unhappy.
Did she say anything?
Maybe you should ask one of those third-rate hacks that you pay.
And your type? I was driving the other car. I forced you and Patrick off the road. It was you? Yes. You killed Brendan? Yes. It was an accident. I didn't know what had happened. I was very upset. It was raining, and I had just broken up with Joey. I was crying. I never saw you coming. Why? Did it have to be? I apologized to Patrick and to Todd, everybody I could think of. I wanted you to know, I wanted to tell you. But Dorian made me wait until you were strong enough to hear. And I know how hard this is for you. So I know that you're gonna probably need a little bit of time before you can forgive me. What makes you think that I could ever forgive you, Kelly? You killed my son before he had... You put me in that bed. You put me in this place. You've kept me apart from my daughter through the worst crisis of her life. And you think that I can forgive you. I am so sorry, Blair. Kelly, for the rest of my life, every time I lay eyes on you. I know that. I know, and I don't know how I'm going to make this right for you, Blair, but all I know is how sorry I am. You have got to understand. Oh, please, I understand. Look, I understand, fine. I know that you were so upset about Joey that you were in no condition to be behind the wheel of a car, Kelly. That isn't what happened. I broke the gas run. Well, why didn't you stay home? I couldn't. I didn't. No, you couldn't stay home, could you? Because you couldn't stand to be miserable all alone. You had to go out and share it with the world. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do. I was going crazy. I never thought anything. Well, you never think, Kelly. You never think except for yourself, do you? Even now. Even now, where you're trying to tell me how sorry you are that you killed my son, that you crippled me and put my daughter's future at risk. All you really want is absolution, just to make you feel better. Isn't that right, Kelly? Don't you please just, don't even. Don't you touch me, okay? Don't you ever touch me again. You just go away from me. kill anyone else on your drive home.
What do you mean?
Thank you. Now listen, I have a brief statement and I'm taking no questions. Now, defense has provided videotape evidence of Patrick Thornhart at an ATM in Hazardville at 8:52 p.m. on the night of the bombing. Now, this would make it physically impossible for him to have set the bomb because the timing device functioned only in 60-minute increments. And Hazardville, even in the best driving conditions, is well over an hour away. Now, once the tape's authenticity has been determined, charges against Professor Thornhart will be withdrawn pending further investigation. Now, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
My client is, of course, very pleased by the affirmation of his innocence.
What about the bomb components they found in your apartment?
There was absolutely no evidence of a conspiracy to murder Guy Armitage. And I, for one, believe that someone set out to deliberately implicate Professor Thornhart. But that is a question that the police will have to investigate.
What can you tell us? Do you have anything to comment?
The investigation will continue. We have no further statement at this time.
Will this affect your wedding day?
A lot of effort went into this frame up. Sorry, it all went for naught.
Gosh. Patrick seems to think that you had something to do with this bombing, Uncle Todd.
He can go impale himself. What I want to know is if he didn't do it, then who did?
Maybe somebody with a grudge against Patrick. Maybe somebody who would fly all the way to Ireland to meet Thomas Keneally at Dunleary.
I was following up a story. Is that illegal?
No. Unethical, maybe, if you had to pay for it. But then again, ethics were never really your strong suit, were they?
Hi, I'm Brent. Night that Guy Armitage got blown sky high.
I did.
Even though at the same moment, Patrick was on camera, live and in person, at an ATM in Hazardville.
Really? Oh, I'm glad he has an alibi.
You're glad he has an alibi. That's great. That's great. Do you have any idea how much it would help you if you put Patrick at the scene of the crime?
Yes, I do. I know what I saw.
Or what you didn't see.
Well, then who else could it have been?
You know, I bet the police are asking themselves the same question. And since you have such a stake in how that turns out, why don't you go down to the police department right now and find out if there's any way that you can help?
What a wonderful idea. I can show them that I'm still a cooperative witness, and after all, who better but myself to help them figure out what I saw?
Exactly.
And I would like to know what they're thinking over there in the halls of justice.
You know, if you find anything out, give me a call, will you?
Poor old Hank. Hank is so happy for Pat.
You need a pair of tap shoes next week, huh?
Well, don't expect to see me in a top hat and tights, but a cane may come in handy.
How you doing?
Well, I'm up to non-stop service between the bed and the chair. How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Now, Star.
Who cares? I'm just kidding.
What?
You can ask her yourself.